After years of relentless excavation and unwavering determination, researchers have achieved the unimaginable. They have finally solved the perplexing Oak Island mystery. Delve into the captivating journey of discovery as traces of silver and gold emerge from the depths, fueling speculation of hidden treasure chambers and the original money pit. So get ready to be astounded as the secrets of Oak Island are revealed at last, leaving the world in awe of this extraordinary feat. Finally, the curse of Oak Island made what may be considered its most significant discovery during the show. This week, they believe that they have at long last figured out where the gold is hidden at the money pit. After all of these years, this may at long last bring them success in their hunt for the elusive treasure. This is a look at how they might have found gold and what the next step is going to be. The crew from the Curse of Oak Island feels that they have at long last discovered the gold they have been searching for. They believe that, with the help of the computerized slide that their geologist, Dr. Ian Spooner, created for them, they have discovered the location on the island where the gold may be buried. The money pit, as was to be anticipated, was located close to the garden shaft. The guys are saying that the pink blob that appeared on the slide indicates the location of a significant gold deposit that has been buried underground. Spooner gathered samples of water from the area around the money pit and placed them in plastic bottles. The purpose of this entire method was to ascertain whether or not there was gold in the water and, if there was, to pinpoint where it could be found. As a result of the experiment, Spooner determined the location of the gold that was buried. It just so happens that this point is approximately 10 feet to the west of the garden shaft. Marty inquired about the gold when everyone was gathered in the war room. At that point, Spooner took out a slide that displayed a pink blob and stated that the area in question is the location of the hidden riches. What does the future hold for Oak Island's curse? The next thing they need to do is figure out how they are going to go about unearthing the buried treasure. The good news is that they won't need an excavation team as large as the one they recruited to dig deeper and locate secret chambers. Because they did not have the appropriate permits, the government of Canada put a stop to the entire process. Dr. Dred Michael, a hydrologist, stated that the gold was not located all that far below the surface of the water about this hidden treasure. According to his estimation, the water was at a depth of between 80 and 110 feet. This is consistent with the findings of earlier explorers, who located an engraved stone at a height of 90 feet, which is approximately the same level as where we are now. People had the impression that this plaque pointed the way to a buried treasure. The prior team had excavated down to a platform, but they were forced to give up the excavation because flooding had occurred. That was in 1804, and Marty and his crew now have the equipment necessary to get down there and perhaps recover it without having to worry about their work being interrupted by water. It would appear that they had immediate plans to begin prospecting for gold. Well, for Rick and Marty Lagina, the enigma of Oak Island transcended mere legend for theory. It embodied their lifelong dream. Rick started looking for his first treasure when he was 10 years old. Before he discovered Oak Island, a year had passed. In his first hunt, he moved a granite rock he had found to see what lay beneath. That one was simple. The subsequent one would be considerably more challenging. Rick enlisted Marty, his brother, and 8 buddies to help him move the rock. The team was successful in moving the rock, but the results left them unhappy. Nothing noteworthy or remarkable was present. Unlike his companions, Rick wasn't interested in what was hidden beneath the rock. He developed a passion for the pursuit. Rick Lagina was going about his usual day when he came upon an article about Oak Island in Reader's Digest. He became engrossed in reading about the allegedly cursed island in Nova Scotia, Canada, right away. According to the publication, the island was home to a treasure hidden deep down, a treasure in search of which many people had gone insane and perished. Rick's interest gradually developed into an obsession. Rick has treasure hunting dreams for as long as he can remember. Numerous theories about Oak Island. How the wealth got to Oak Island is the subject of many hypotheses. Here, we'll talk about 2 of them. The first one asserts that Marie Antoinette owns the riches. She had her maid depart Paris in this tale during the French Revolution, concealing some of her possessions in London and some in Nova Scotia. According to the second hypothesis, Francis Bacon owned the riches. Shakespeare's plays, according to Bacon, were written by him first. On Oak Island, a trench was created to bury Bacon's original transcripts. There were also many other riches buried there throughout the process. The search begins. The Truro Company started excavating at Oak Island in 1847. They found gold after drilling into the earth. They were able to extract 3 gold links that seemed to be from a chain after drilling holes through 2 gold-filled chests. The gold disappeared, which is hardly surprising. The Truro Company gave up after spending years looking for more treasure because it was unable to control the floods that the Onslow Company had caused. As the years went by, an increasing number of explorers went to Oak Island to try to unravel the mystery. To finance and advance the search, the Triton Alliance was established in the 1970s. Nevertheless, no matter how far the team went, all they discovered were tiny hints like leather shoes or wood with Roman carvings. Nobody investigated the island during the following 25 years. The Triton Alliance, who had left their dig and been embroiled in their disputes with one another, was the owner of the legal rights. When the house was put up for sale in 2005, Robert and Marty Lagina seized the opportunity to start looking. In 1982, Marty started Terra Energy. Within a few years, it grew to be the biggest gas well operator in Michigan. He sold the business in 1995 and founded Heritage Winds Energy to assist in the production of renewable energy. He called his contacts 10 years later with a unique idea. The first finding. After the Curse of Oak Island's first season, when the Lagina family made their initial discovery, everyone held their breath. They discovered a marsh that was shallow enough to investigate using sonar technology. They discovered several human-made items buried in the muck, but an old Spanish coin surprised them the most. The Laginas made their next important finding 3 seasons into the show. To assist them decipher odd sonar signals and determine how to drain borehole 10X, they hired fresh experts. The addition of flesh blood paid well, and the finds added to the island's mystique. Stones with Portuguese carvings, a Roman sword, and several other unconnected objects were among the riches they discovered. The discoveries provided evidence that numerous cultures had traveled to Oak Island over time. They were still a long way from discovering the large prize. Compared to earlier explorers, the Laginas have made greater headway in unraveling the mystery of Oak Island. A historian on the island named Charles Barkhouse claimed that they had a resource that others lacked that contributed to their prosperity. According to Barkhouse, they also have something that other searchers didn't have, a willingness to listen. Barkhouse thinks that earlier explorers' desire for total control over their trips prevented them from making any genuine progress. The Laginas consult with a variety of experts and consider all options before choosing the one they think will work best. According to the island's curse, 7 people must pass away before the wealth can be found. 6 individuals have perished so far while looking for the treasure. Rick, the 7th? Will he be? According to Blackhouse, putting one's life at risk to find something that may or may not be buried is extreme. Daniel Blankenship, a different explorer, arrived on the island from Florida 50 years ago and hasn't left since. He has placed his life on hold as he waits for the island's mysteries to be exposed, much like the Lagina brothers did. According to Barkhouse, that's what excites people. The treasure might be anything. That is all for today. We will be right back with more. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.